Hello guys, today we are discussing our chapter number first, unit number 1, application of grammar. And in that application of grammar, we are discussing our last topic 1.7, that is direct speech, indirect speech. Before that, we discuss the course outcomes. The course outcomes means general outcomes and specific, that is called examination point of view outcomes. General outcomes are: use the relevant part of speech in constructing sentences, means you should develop the ability to use various part of speech for constructing sentences. And second, formulate grammatically correct sentence for a specified situation, means you should develop the ability to construct your own grammatically correct sentences as per the situation, as per the demand. These are the general outcomes. Examination point of view outcomes are this topic, that is called 1.7, direct speech and indirect speech. It will become in question number 5b for 4 marks. There are two sentences. You should write these two sentences, direct to indirect speech. You will get one sentence 2 marks, means two sentence 4 marks. This is the examination point of view course outcomes. Okay, before that, we are discussing six topics in chapter number first articles, man-made small particles in English, which is used by to showing the sense. Maybe it is a defined, yeah, indefinite. Okay, definite articles means having a surety, and indefinite articles means having insurety. Preposition before the word and show the relationship. Conjunction join the sentences. Types of sentences: assertive, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. Why its title, its function, and its structure also. Then we discuss tenses. Tenses means time, its structure, simple formulas: v1, v2, will, shall, main verb ing, main verb past participle, combination of both, and its uses also. Active voice, passive voice. Active voice means transmission of action from subject to object, yeah, object to subject. It is a type of verbs, a form of verbs. Okay, active, subject is active, passive, subject is passive, object is active. Active voice denotes subject is important, passive voice denotes action is important. How to convert from assertive, interrogative, imperative, we will discuss the same things. Today's video we are discussing 1.7, direct speech, indirect speech. First of all, we will discuss what is the direct speech and what is the indirect speech, how to identify direct speech and indirect speech, and how to convert direct speech to indirect speech. Okay, because more than near about 70% of time we are spending in conversation, we are using direct speech and indirect speech in sentences, so it is very important part. In another word, it is called reported speech. Reported speech means first person speech is listened by second person, and second person reported the same speech to third person. ओके, मतलब फर्स्ट पर्सन का स्पीच थर्ड पर्सन को रिपोर्ट करना कौन करता है? दैट इज कॉल्ड रिपोर्टर, दैट इज कॉल्ड सेकंड पर्सन, दैट इज कॉल्ड रिपोर्टर, एंड द सेम स्पीच इज कॉल्ड रिपोर्टेड स्पीच. मतलब एक आदमी का स्पीच, एक आदमी का फीलिंग्स, इमोशंस थर्ड व फोर्थ लोगों को तक पहुंचाना. Okay, because it is not possible for us that as a second person we visit, we observe, we listen face to face with first person, because first person have a lot of limitation like time, space, distance, etc. So reporter means second person who received the message from first person, he passed the message to the third person using reported speech in various forms like print media, mass media, letter, fax, books, journals, magazines, research paper, invention, experience, workshops, seminars, etc. ways. These are the mode to change, to convert the reported speech from first person to third person. There are two types of reported speech, one that is called direct speech and second that is called indirect speech. Listen, in conversation, the word of a speaker are reported in two ways. Generally, in conversation, we are using words into two types, one that is called direct speech and indirect speech. In indirect speech, the actual word of speaker are quoted. Indirect speech means how to identify indirect speech. There is a inverted commas, there is a quotation. For example, Ashwini said, comma, double inverted comma, this is the place where I live. This is the place where I live. It is called reported speech. Ashwini said it is called reporting verb. There are two parts in direct speech and indirect speech also. Before inverted commas, it is called reporting verb, and within reported commas, it is called reported speech. Okay? In indirect speech, when the words of speaker are reported without quoting exact words, and in indirect speech, the reporter merge his own language. He pass the message with message are the same, feelings, emotions are the same, but manner are different. He merged the language and then he transmit, then he share, then he reported, then he interchange the sentence into like manners. Examples: Ashwini said that, मीन्स इन्वर्टेड कॉमर्स की जगह पे क्या किया हमने, दैट एज अ कंजंक्शन, रिपोर्टिंग वर्ब एंड रिपोर्टेड स्पीच को ज्वाइन किया है, दैट इट वाज द प्लेस वेयर सी लिव्ड. Okay, in indirect speech there is inverted commas. Ashwini said, comma, double inverted comma, this is the place where I lived. And in indirect speech, Ashwini said that it was the place where she lived. Have you got it? Direct speech means inverted commas and indirect speech means without inverted commas. There are two parts in direct speech and indirect speech also. One that is called reporting verb and second that is called reported speech. Reporting verb means before conjunction in indirect speech and before inverted commas in direct speech. And reported speech means within inverted commas and after conjunction in indirect speech. Have you got it? What are this is reported speech. Reported speech means first person's message, it should be transmitted, it should be shared by second person to third person. There are two types, one that is called direct speech using inverted commas and second that is called indirect speech without inverted commas. There are two parts in direct and indirect, reporting verb and reported speech. Now we are discussing how to change from direct to indirect speech. Have you got it? Listen, it can be noticed that in indirect speech, inverted commas are used to mark the actual word of the speaker, whereas in indirect speech, inverted commas are removed. Depend on the tense of reporting verb and reported speech, certain changes in sentence structure are made. It can be studied as follows. Have you got it? Reported speech, direct speech, indirect speech. Reported speech means inverted commas. Indirect speech means without inverted commas. How to change direct to indirect? There are some changes as per the tenses, as per the reporting verb and reported speech tenses. The how many changes? Only 5 changes. When we are changing direct speech to indirect speech, we are doing just 5 changes. Okay, we are doing just 5 changes. Change number 1, change number 2, change number 3, change number 4 and change number 5. Change number 3, 4, 5, these are the common changes. Each it is done in each and every sentence, but change number 4 and 5, it is according to the sentence. We will discuss the same things here. Change number 1, that is called very important, verbs. When the reporting verb in the past tense, reporting verb matlab before inverted commas, it is in past time. The change in the tense of direct speech take place as follows. रिपोर्टेड स्पीचेस में कौन कौन से चेंजेस होते हैं तो देख लिसन. डायरेक्ट स्पीच, इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच. इफ द रिपोर्टिंग वर्ब इन सिंपल पास्ट या पास्ट, then we are changing reported speech like follows. If the reporting verb in present time or future time, then we have no rights, we are not doing change number, then we are not doing tense change in reported speech, in indirect speech. What I discuss, रिपोर्टिंग वर्ब यदि पास में है तो ही रिपोर्टेड स्पीच के टाइम चेंज होगा, अदरवाइज इट इज़ नॉट चेंज. लाइक किस प्रकार होगा चेंज, सिंपल प्रेजेंट टू सिंपल पास्ट, V1 का V2 होता है. प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यू टू पास्ट कंटिन्यू, मतलब एम इज आर प्लस VING है तो उसका वाज वेयर प्लस VING होगा. प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट है, प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट मतलब हैव और हैज़ प्लस V3 तो उसका क्या होगा, हैड प्लस V3, मतलब V1 का V2 में होता है. प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यू टू पास्ट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यू. अब सिंपल पास्ट हुआ, हैव हैज़ का हैड होगा मतलब V1 का V2. विल एंड शैल रहा है तो क्या होगा, कुड होगा. विल एंड शैल हुआ, सिंपल फ्यूचर हुआ तो कुड मतलब V1 का V2. बट यदि सिंपल पास्ट है तो पास्ट परफेक्ट होगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वाज वेयर है, टोल्ड है तो उसका क्या होगा, हैड टोल्ड. पास्ट कंटिन्यूस है तो पास्ट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस. पास्ट परफेक्ट है तो नो चेंज, एंड पास्ट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यू है तो नो चेंज. दीज आर द चेंजेस. इफ द रिपोर्टिंग वर्ब belong to past time, then we are doing change number 4, that is called tenses in indirect speech. Okay, change number 2, we are changing pronouns. The pronouns in indirect speech are changed according to the speaker and listeners. ओके, प्रोनाउंस also changes. डायरेक्ट स्पीच का इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच करते समय क्या होता है, देखो, आई, मी, वी, अस, यू, ही, हिम, शी, हर, इट, दे, देम, एज पर द स्पीकर एंड लिसनर. आई गॉट इट. आई, मी, वी, अस, यू, ही, हिम, शी, हर, इट, दे, देम. चेंज नंबर 3, certain adverbs showing nearness in direct speech are changed to words showing distance in indirect speech. Okay, मतलब some adjective adverb which is shows nearness in indirect speech, it is convert into indirect speech like distance. For examples, now, then, here, there, ago, before, thus, so, this, that, these, those, today, that day, tomorrow, the next day, yesterday, the day before, the previous day, tonight, that night, last night, the night before, या the previous night. Such changes are doing while convert from direct speech to indirect speech. One tenses, V1 का V2 होता है. सिंपल पास्ट है तो पास्ट परफेक्ट होगा. पास्ट कंटिन्यू है तो पास्ट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यू होगा. विल शैल का वुड होगा. प्रोनाउंस में आई, मी, वी, अस, यू, ही, हिम, शी, her, it, they, them, and some adjective adverb which shows nearness to now, then, here, there, ago, before, so, that, thus, so, this, that, these, those, today, that day, tomorrow, the next day, yesterday, the day before, yeah, the previous day, tonight, that night, last night, the night before, yeah, the previous night. Such changes we are to place when we convert direct to indirect. Change number 4 and 5 we will discuss next video. I hope you can understand it. Okay, thank you.